This woman had a successful 4-decade career as a hip-hop pioneer and neo-soul catalyst, a prolific songwriter, arranger, self-taught keyboardist, singer, and MC. Being part of The Sequence, which is the first female hip-hop group, was this musician's initial claim to fame. This singer began a dynamic solo career as one of neo-soul leading lights, known for providing sharp insights into romantic relationships with her smoky, yet upfront voice. 2 gold certified albums helped her re-establish herself, and she received Grammy nominations in the R&B category to further her achievements. The centerpiece of today's video is all about Angie Stone. Now without further ado, let's cue that intro. Born Angela Laverne Brown on December 18, 1961 in Columbia, South Carolina, to Lona Williams, a hospital technician, and Bobby Williams, a lawyer assistant and gospel singer. When she was young, she began singing gospel songs at her local church. As a member of a local gospel quartet, her father would take his only child to watch gospel groups such as the Gospel Keynotes. Angie participated in athletics, wrote poems, and she received many basketball scholarships after graduating from high school. Angie started accumulating her own money while working at dead-end jobs so she can record her own recordings at a local studio. Eventually, she would link up with 2 high school friends, and they formed the first ever female rap group called The Sequence. Long story short, while going to see the Sugar Hill Gang, the trio was able to get backstage.
By high school, Angie was dividing her attention between sports and music. And as the first wave of hip-hop began rippling from New York in the late 70s, she enlisted 2 fellow cheerleaders, Cheryl Cook and Blondie Chisholm, to form a rap-flavored trio.
I was that one that was more the noise talker, because I talk about how bad I am. Cheryl was always just the sexy one. You know, she played off on the eyes, and Angie was always the funky one.
The name of the group came from the fact that we were always doing things in a sequence. And her birthday was in October, Cheryl's was in November, mine was in December.
We are A, B, and C. I'm 5'2", Angie's 5'3", Cheryl 5'4". We were like, let's call ourselves The Sequence.
The sequence ended up forming because we were 3 girls that were ambitious, that wanted more, that we thought we had an outlet.
The Sequence gained a local following at skating rinks and parties, and they began writing songs together.
We heard the Sugar Hill Gang was coming to Columbia, South Carolina, and we just knew that we had to get backstage to audition.
We had no money, didn't know how we were going to get in. We had no tickets. But my energy was saying, y'all, we got to make it to this show. Something good's going to happen.
So you got me, Angie, and Cheryl standing down there with no money, and this guy comes out of nowhere, which we find out later that it was the Sugar Hill Gang road manager, Harold. God bless his soul, he passed away. And he approached Angie. He said he liked dark-skinned women. And he told Angie he can get her in backstage. And Angie said, if you get me in, you got to get my other 2 girls in. He said, all of you guys come on back. So, of course, as we got back, we started bragging about how we can rap, sing better than the Sugar Hill Gang and how they had to hear us. And he was like, really?
Backstage that night, the trio found themselves face-to-face with Sugar Hill Records owner, Sylvia Robinson.
Sylvia came down, and she introduced herself, and she said, let me hear what you got. Let me hear it. Let me hear it. So she just said, you know what? I'm going to make you girls stars. And I couldn't believe that. I'm like, let me clean my ears out, because I know good and well I didn't hear what I just thought I heard.
The group had 2 notable singles with Funk You Up and I Don't Need Your Love. A bunch of things would eventually take place, with the trio allegedly signing over their rights to Sylvia Robinson, which ended up causing the group to break up and leave the label. If you want to hear more about that, then I suggest you check out my video that I did about The Sequence. During her time away, Angie, she began to make ends meet by writing jingles for commercials. Also, during this time, she began dating Little Rodney C, a rapper from the Funky 4+1. With their relationship being unpublicized, they married in the early 80s. The couple had one daughter, Diamond, who was born on April 6, 1984. Later in the late 80s, the couple got a divorce.
By that time, Angie had reason to worry about the future. She and Rodney married in 1984, while anticipating the birth of their daughter, Diamond.
I had to be all of 21 at the point. I don't know if I was actually, ready to be a dad, but, I was glad that, I was going to be a father, I'm sure. It's my baby.
We had a beautiful daughter, Diamond, my firstborn. I can eat her alive. Initially, after having my daughter, I was a high-risk pregnancy. I couldn't just jump back up and go to work.
I might have indirectly looked at it as, an obstacle. Because right now I'm trying to get on. I want to be famous. I want to be successful. I don't want to have babies right now, but I have one.
Only 20% of you guys are being notified every time I upload. So, to change that, I would ask if you could please turn the notification bell off and turn it back on. And if you don't have the notification bell on, then please turn it on for me. By this time in her career, she adapted her ex-husband's name and started going by Angie Stone. She later found an R&B trio called Vertical Hold. Stone started dating group member David Bright in the early 90s. In 1992, the couple's relationship started to fall apart. With their relationship falling apart, Stone wrote "Seem You're Much Too Busy," and it ended up being the lead single for the group's debut album, A Matter of Time. On the R&B and hip-hop charts, the song peaked at number 17. And later, after the group's second album was released, they broke up in 1995.
That work in the studio caught the ear of fellow musicians David Bright and Willie Bruno. Together, they landed a deal with A&M Records as an R&B trio named Vertical Hold.
The thing about it was Angie wasn't writing like poppy, corny, baby, I want you, I need you. It was like she can go deep in her personal life. Whatever was going on, she would incorporate.
By the time Vertical Hold's debut album was released in 1993, Angie was in an unsteady romance with David Bright and channeling her feelings about their affair into the album's lead single.
But Seems You Much Too Busy was inspired by David Bright, and all he did was stay in the studio. Even though we were together, we were miles apart.
But not long after Vertical Hold's second album, titled Head First, died on the charts, the group members went their separate ways.
Two groups, two disbandments, and I'm aging. And at this point, I'm angry because I'm feeling like, wow, how and why is this happening to me? I'm a hard worker. I put years into Vertical Hold, and I wanted to see something blossom.
Stone and musician D'Angelo started dating around 1994. Well, Stone was in her early 30s and D'Angelo being 19. Stone was working on D'Angelo's debut album, Brown Sugar. Send It On is one of the songs that the pair created together that was inspired by their romance. Stone gave birth to their son, Michael D'Angelo, on February 28, 1997. Following the birth of their child, Stone and D'Angelo broke up. Not only did they break up due to D'Angelo's infidelities, but also the media. The media and the industry played a huge part.
When I met D'Angelo, he was almost done with Brown Sugar. Jocelyn pushed us together mainly as writers. But the truth about it is, he just needed real support. Once we fell in love, it almost like he had a spell on me.
Released in 1995, D'Angelo's debut album, Brown Sugar, was a hit out of the box. For Angie, that success became a mixed blessing.
The trajectory of Angie's career was halted when she met D'Angelo. I think that she definitely was nurturing and very, very concerned and consumed by her relationship.
I think the fact that we started dating really rubbed everybody the wrong way after he became famous. Before he became famous, nobody saw him the way that I saw him. The minute that he became a superstar that showed his body, a lot of people were mad.
You know, when it came out publicly that she and D'Angelo were together, she got a lot of backlash for that.
I feel like managers, I feel like family and friends had their hand in making sure that this union did not prosper.
By the late 90s, Angie's romance with D'Angelo was floundering, even as she became pregnant with their child, Michael.
We were starting to separate and break up is when I conceived my son.
When she was pregnant with their son, he was going to the awards show and they made him go with a model. And she had to ride in the car behind them because they didn't want him to be seen with a pregnant woman.
I did not handle us breaking up well at all. I felt for the first time like a death had taken place.
However, the two still collaborated on a popular hit, Every Day, that was later released in 1997. After their breakup, Stone's career began to take a whole 360. She became a solo artist and she signed with Arista, where she recorded her debut album, Black Diamond, which she named after her daughter. The hits on this album was No More Rain and Every Day. These two hits helped the album climb to the top 10 of the R&B albums charts and earn a gold certification. She received 2 Soul Train Lady of Soul awards for the album. Her time with Arista didn't last long as she switched to J Records for the gold-selling album Mahogany Soul. The duet with Calvin Richardson was nominated for a Grammy in the Best R&B Performance by a Duo or Group. The commercial success of her next album, Stone Love, which was released in 2004, was comparable to that of U-Haul, another Grammy-nominated song. For her 4th studio album, The Art of Love and War, was released in 2007, and by this time, it looks like that Stone had transferred to the legendary label Stax Records. Now, this album had 2 of Stone's finest songs, with Sometimes and the Betty Wright collaboration, Baby, which made her a 3-time Grammy nominee. The song was also the reason why the album peaked on the top of the R&B albums charts. Despite changing so many labels, her work ethic spoke for itself. As many other singers that bounced back and forth from many other labels, they would have fell off the charts. Meanwhile, Angie Stone, she stayed on the top. By the end of the 2000s, she made many appearances in TV shows such as Moesha, Girlfriends, and Lincoln Heights, as well as movies such as The Fighting Temptations and Scary Movie 5. Her next album, Unexpected, was released on Stax in 2009, and it had a smooth, if funky sound, and it peaked on the top 20 of the R&B charts. Around this time, she began dating Ashanti Graves in 2009, who later became her manager. Now, despite becoming engaged, the couple's romance ended after Stone learned that Graves had allegedly had an affair with a member of the production team while working on the reality TV show R&B Divas Atlanta. 3 years later, in 2012, she released another album, Rich Girl. And in 2015, she released another album, Dream, that peaked at number 3 on the R&B and hip-hop charts. Gonna Have to Be You was featured on Stone's 2019 comeback single, Full Circle. Following Full Circle, she released Love Language in 2023. Sadly, some devastating news took the world by shock when Stone passed away on March 1st, 2025 at the age of 63 following a car accident.
Welcome to WSFA 12 News. I'm Monet Stevens. We start now with some breaking news. Grammy-nominated singer-songwriter Angie Stone has died in a car accident in Montgomery County. A spokesperson with her team has confirmed this with WSFA 12 News. Joining us live now is our reporter Simon Schuster. And Simon, you spoke with Stone's publicist. What can you tell us?
Yeah, Monet. Stone's publicist Deborah Champagne tells me the singer was leaving a performance when the crash happened. According to the Alabama law enforcement agency, it was on I-65 around 7 a.m. This is a look at the scene about 2 miles south of Hope Hole. According to Champagne, the singer was supposed to meet her in Maryland today for a performance at the CIAA basketball tournament. She had just performed last night at the 2025 Grand Marshals Ball in Mobile. That's according to the Mobile Area Mardi Gras Association. Stone's publicist remembers her as an honest, talented person that left a big impact on the music industry.
Before her passing, one of Angie Stone's last lives, her speaking up about her experiences in the music industry and expressing her concerns about her royalties.
Hey, what's up, family? It's your girl Angie Stone. I did an impromptu this morning. Happy holidays. I'm just going to wait for some people to get in here. Some stuff I need to talk about. I didn't go about it to set up way, mainly because I've been dealing with a lot the last month, a whole lot. And I'm just here to let you know I am so outdone with things that have been going on in and around me. And because we're at the end of 2024, I kind of just want to shut it down, looking forward to 2025. I want y'all to go like and share, get some people on this live, mainly because I'm about to reveal some stuff that, Lord just told me to talk about today. Going out of this year, going into a new year, I need to bring you guys up to speed with some things that I've kept very personal and to myself. Some things I wanted to share and other things I didn't want to share, but now I'm okay to reveal some things that is probably going to shock some people. So I'm going to give you a little bit more time to get some people in here because it was a lot for me to get on here and do this. I mean, this last month has been trying. First out, I want to shout out all the people in Detroit. I had a show that was supposed to be with Music Soul Child, Marsha Ambrosia. Shout out to Raheem Devon for standing in for me. I had something happen that caused me not to be there, but God just needed to sit me down so I could focus on me. So before I go into just, what I experienced, what I went through, I want to let you guys know I almost didn't make it through this process because it was something that just kind of hit me. It was a day or so before I was scheduled to fly out to Detroit. And I was very excited. All the tickets were bought. The hotels were paid for. The band was ready to go. And then I got hit with this crazy news, and it kind of threw me for a loop. So I figured I better share it with you all, and you can pass it on, because just because we're in the industry doesn't mean we're not human. Things happen all the time. And unfortunately, when this happened, I just wasn't prepared for it. But anyway, it caused me to miss that show that I was super, super excited about. Go in and get somebody to come back to the live. Like I said, I don't want to have to say it again. I haven't even told my team that I was going on today. I just threw up my light and just put on a little something just so I could get with you guys. All right, we got some people in the room now. I'm going to wait for about 10 or 15 more people to get on, and then I'll share a couple of things with you that are going to be shocking. But anyway, nonetheless, I just want to say hi to all the people that are joining my live. Let me just see who you are. Let me see. Lady Hayes, hey there. Freeway, Rick, Elegant. Oh, that went too fast. I'm sorry. Hey, Lynn. Miss Tiff, Quantum Guru. Merry Christmas to all of you. Jay Rossi, Denise Pretty. Oh, you're beautiful as well. Thank you. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning from Texas. I love you guys. Thank you for, coming on my live. Like I said, y'all are in for a bit of a treat. Maybe for some people, they might be happy that it happened to me because everybody don't wish good things for you. Some people wish bad things for you, and I continue to pray for them. Somebody's calling my line, but I can't answer her call because I'm on the live right now. But I will say this. It has been one heck of a ride. This last month, the enemy was trying to take me out. He was really trying to take me out. And, okay, I'm going to wait till we get those 50, 60. We had 51. Let me see, can I get 70 to 100 people in the room right now before I reveal some very, very interesting information. And it is like a double-edged sword because I'm going to tell you one thing, and then I'm going to get to the worst thing that could possibly happen to any artist after 45 to 50 years in the business. The worst thing that could happen. It has, of course, happened to me, and I'm constantly in prayer for God to forgive the people that have wished me ill will or, done anything to remotely get in the way of the gift of sharing with my fans. Okay? We're at 45. Let me get 50. Let me get 60. And I'm going to give y'all 5 more minutes to get some more people on this live. The devil is a liar. You're right. Come on now. Come on. Oh, by the way, the Christmas song, All I'm Missing, is #1 in several countries. We put it out on the 15th of November, on the 14th of November. The devil tried to stop that. It was snatched down. Then it was put back up. He tried to, of course, blame it on me, but it wasn't my fault. However, the song prevailed. After everybody bailed, the song went all the way to #1 and is steadily climbing the chart. So if you guys have never heard All I'm Missing, you can go on all platforms. Apple Music made it last week. Their front page was my big old face on there. I featured Juanita Wynn and Jay Brown, who did an amazing job on helping me get through a trying time. Juanita Wynn started, she stayed on me about let's do a song. She's one of my best writing partners, and she convinced me to jump on this song, and she started it out, and I got in the loop, and Wynn did my verse, she did her verse, Jay Brown hummed and mummed over it, and lo and behold, it is a standard, and it's a #1 song that I think you guys will be playing every year. Okay, so if you're ready for us to go live and to get this bit of information, no, I didn't make it a secret reveal. I should have, but I will have my team posted as a reveal because it is a secret that I'm revealing. But the latter part of the conversation is really, really crazy. Anyway, are you guys ready? All right, 45. I need 5, 7, let me see. I need 50 people in the room before I even begin to talk about it. So I'm not going to talk about it until I can get, because I'm going to need each and every one of you guys after I reveal this to share this. I'm going to go ahead and send it over to my YouTube page after this, as well as my TikTok page. Anyway, what happened 2 days before my show? Whew. But God, I'm trying to keep from crying because the devil was very, very, very particular in targeting me. But anyway, I was rushed to the hospital because I wasn't breathing so well. Came to find out, I had what was a bacterial blood infection that I had gotten when they stuck me with the needle. It had went into my bloodstream and caused a staph infection of the blood. Now, I didn't have a clue that there was a blood infection until they rushed me into ICU. I went into ICU and I went to use the restroom and I passed out.
Now, that's only a little bit. If you want to watch the rest, then I suggest you watch the full video that's going to be in the description below. Many organizations, including the Associated Press and Rolling Stone, had named Angie Stone as one of the most influential figures in music history. She had also been considered a pioneer of neo-soul and hip-hop music. Stone received the Soul Music Icon Award at the Black Music Honors in June 2021. She was also inducted into the Women's Songwriters Hall of Fame in June 2024. Now, to be honest, among all of the celebrities, I really feel like Angie Stone is the most relatable to everyday people. From watching countless of interviews, everything about her just seemed down to earth. You know, like if you see her on the street, she will speak to you. Before we go, I have a question for you all. What is your favorite song by Angie Stone?